Right, so today I'm going to go through the budget build. Most parts are second hand. This should see you to 230 horsepower approximately. You don't really want any more than that because then you have to start forging internals and the price jumps up dramatically. So the first thing is the intercooler. This is quite a big intercooler for 230 horsepower. So this is going to cool the air going into the turbo. Bigger the better really. Boffy racing one. I paid £100 for this, with all the pipe work. So this is some of the pipe work with your intake temp sensors. So next to the exhaust system, that's in two pieces really. You've got a turbo manifold. I would advise buying the manifold first because it's easy to find a turbo than it is to find a manifold, and they're different stud patterns. So I've got a 3 stud pattern. There's 4. They're the common ones on a TDO4 turbo anyway. So this is a basic stainless log type manifold. It's not going to limit us on power with what we're looking for. The turbo back exhaust system. So it's a 3-inch system with 200 cell cat. Paid £300 for this and the manifold. So the 3-inch system is a little bit overkill for 230 horsepower. Have an MX5, 2.5 be fine, but this is just what I come across. So the main event, this is the TDO4 turbo, pretty standard use on MX5 conversion. They come off in Pretzers, Saabs, and they come in different stud patterns. That's why you should buy the manifold first. You can pick a turbo up anywhere. I paid £70 for this, and that's a pretty common price. Rebuild kit's £30. They are relatively small turbo, so spool up really fast, cheap to replace, and when you push some boost through them, they're enough to bend your standard rods. So it's plenty for what we need. Next, you have to feed your turbo with oil. So some fittings there. This is your oil feed. This is going to put fresh oil into the turbo. Nice and small for keep the pressure high. Here's the oil return to the sump. That's nice and thick, just to get the old oil out. So this goes where your oil sender goes. And your oil sender, unplug your oil sender, screw it back on here. So you're still getting the feed to your oil sender. And then this additional hole will be for your oil feed pipe to thread into, and that will feed your turbo some nice fresh oil. We'll actually be threading this into the sump to return the oil back to the sump. So all this turbo pipework stuff cost me £77. It's all new and readily available for a TDO4. Next up are the injectors. So these are RX8 yellow injectors. Other options would be an EV14 injector, slightly more expensive, but probably a better injector really. But I paid £60 for these, off a running car, that's quite important because they're faked very often. So you're best off getting them out of a car that's running either a previous MX5 Turbo or directly from an RX-8. So next up is the ECU. This is the ME442, fits inside the standard casing. You might have to modify some holes to get your pipework and cables through. Now the ME442 has an inbuilt AFR, air fuel ratio, wideband, so that will feed directly from the exhaust, send the information back to the ECU. Your map will sort that out. This car isn't for a full map after installation. So on the ECU side of things, you've got other options. You've got ME221 and a Mega Squirt. They're generally cheaper, but you have to buy an independent AFR gauge in order to see what's going on, whereas that one's inbuilt. I did pay £580 for that. You can normally get the cheaper ones for around about the 400, maybe 350, but you are going to have to buy the additional AFR. Then we have 3-port boost controller. So this is going to allow you to control the boost, the mapper to control your boost. This will feed the ECU with the information using a vacuum line. Again, a few different options. They're generally about £40 for a 3-way boost controller. Some additional bits are new studs for the turbo, EGR blanking plates. These are £15. New gaskets, etc. These came to £20. This is the parts list with prices. I'm going to add an additional £100 for extras, just in case I've missed anything, any hoses or clips. So that gives us a total of £1,307. So I hope that was informative to anyone looking to do it themselves. Any questions or even any information from me, just leave in the comments below, and I'll see you soon.